Alright guys, Quantum here bringing you another Battlefield 3 video. I'm going to show you how to get the You Can Be My Wingman Anytime trophy or achievement. And you get this in the Going Hunting chapter of Battlefield 3. It's one of the more annoying and one of the more harder trophies to get. It does require a bit of practice, so don't sweat it if you don't get it your first or second try. Just know the patterns, watch my video, and you should be able to get it eventually. It took me 4 or 5 tries to get it, and I did have to watch the opening cutscene and do the calibration and all that stuff a few times, but I eventually got it. Basically what you want to do is you want to play on easy. I didn't even try this on hard or anything like that, but when you get to the first section where you encounter the bandits, as the pilot says, they're going to start deploying flares. They'll shoot you up a couple times, and this is where the mission really starts. When the guy falls behind you, you can't really do anything. You can't deploy flares or shoot your rockets or your machine gun or anything like that until after you kind of go through this initial sequence here. So when he's behind you, you just want to wait and listen to your partner. When he says enemy lock, he'll say flares out, flares out. There you go. You hit the L1 and deploy your flares to block the enemy missile. He says enemy lock again, and he says dump flares, you dump your flares. You got to be quick with your finger. You do have some time, maybe like a second, 2 seconds to drop your missiles. As long as you don't get hit with the missile, you'll be fine. Don't drop your flares too early, or else the missile will still hit you. So after you do that twice, you deploy flares and distract the enemy missiles, you'll start targeting the enemy for your own attacks. Now what you want to do is you want to wait until he deploys basically 2 sets of flares, and that was his second set right there, because when he passes you, he deploys one, and then when he's in front of you, he deploys another set of flares. And then as soon as he deploys that second set of flares, when your jet kind of gets in front of the flares that he deployed second, just fire off your missile. The second guy, he's coming towards you, so he can't even shoot flares if you shoot a missile. So as soon as you see that second guy, the orange crosshairs or whatever is on him, just shoot your missile. You don't have to worry about him dropping flares or anything like that. So that's 2 guys down, and I think I counted 7 total. So you should only be firing 7 rockets. If you fire more than 7 rockets, you might not get the trophy. But basically, after those 2 guys, don't try to shoot any more rockets, because the next sequence are going to be coming up here when you see right here. So when he gets in front of you, shoot it right away. Like as soon as he's like right in front of you and you see the circle and the square, shoot him right away. Now this guy, I just waited on him because, as you can see, he kind of like deployed flares and he flew past me, so I didn't want to risk shooting him even though he was coming towards me. So just wait till he goes behind you. No harm done. You just gotta deploy your flares when you need to. So he shoots a missile, and I see it coming towards me, but I kind of waited until it was closer to me to deploy my flare. So, keep an eye, on where the missile is. Visuals can play a bit of a difference. But apparently he only fires like 1 rocket at me. So, I mean, deploying the flares isn't that hard, so don't sweat it, But anyways, I see him deploy 1 set of flares as he, kind of passes me. And I'm kind of waiting. And it's key to be patient. You don't want to shoot your rockets at the wrong time. Generally, after they deploy their flares, you can shoot them, but I was just playing it safe, making sure I was really close so that my missile wouldn't have to travel too far, giving him more time to reload his flares and shoot it out. So I'm fairly close. I fire my rocket. Boom. There we go. He just deployed a flare. And then I shoot one at this guy. I don't even know if it hit him, but he obviously didn't deploy flares because my missile didn't like go crazy. That's where I'm not too sure if you have to fire only 7 rockets, but I would, just to be safe, only fire 7, because that was actually, I think, my 6th rocket, but I still get the trophy. But again, just to be safe, once you hit that fifth guy, because I didn't see the 6th guy that I fired the rocket at blow up, like his ship blow up, I'm not sure if I killed him. But again, just to be safe, don't worry. Once you hit those 5 guys, don't shoot any more rockets. And you'll come to this mini cutscene, and then you'll have these last 2 guys to take care of here. Basically, it's just you'll deploy flares for a little bit, so don't worry about anything like that. Because there are 2 guys behind you, they're going to kind of be alternating, firing missiles at you. So just sweat it out. I mean, it's not too hard. I mean, when your pilot says to dump the flares, just hit the L1. You should be in a fail-safe position there if you just listen for his cue or read the subtitle. And there are like the the beeping sounds you can kind of pay attention to and know when to dump your flares. So there's a lot of things that help you out so that you know when to dump your flares. Not too early, not too late kind of thing. Again, if you're having trouble, just practice. You'll eventually get it. It took me 4 or 5 tries. So now they'll pass you after a couple times, and you'll focus on one guy here. You'll put your targeting equipment back on. I just kind of waited till my guy maneuvered around a bit, and then I got really close, waited for him to deploy that set of flares. I pass it, and then I shoot my rocket. Boom. It feels good when you hit them with the rocket. I don't know what it is. It just feels good. But anyways, the other guy will, he'll kind of be behind you, but for some reason he didn't bother shooting missiles at me. So he's just deploying his own flares now. And again, this is the last guy. I really don't want to mess up. I don't want to watch that cutscene and calibration thing all over again. So I'm really biding my time here. There's the second set of flares. I pass it. Boom. Shoot my rocket. And that's really the key, right? If you think that you're going to be generally close to the guy, because you're gaining speed on him, and you see him deploy his flares, the second that your jet passes his flares, shoot the rocket. And that's basically what I did through this. And just following intuition. I mean, there may be some set pattern that somebody might figure out in the future, but I mean, it worked for me. And that's all you got to do. Once you kill those 7, or in my case, I guess 8 jets, just pretty much play through the rest of the level. It's just a bunch of talking between your teammates, flying around. The trophy won't pop until you get to the next cutscene, or to the next checkpoint. So the next time that it saves. So just wait this out, and if you don't get it, you can always hit start, and you have to restart the entire mission, like I said, and watch the cutscene, go through the calibration of the jet and all that stuff, and then retry again. But it should pop pretty much as soon as you get down and you start targeting guys with the infrared targeting system below the jet. Here we go. And the second it says saving on the screen, you should get the trophy. I was like, come on, baby. Pop, please. And boom, there you go. You can be my wingman anytime. So hopefully that helped you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below.